I'm tired people coming from other countries, feeling entitled, feeling disgruntled, coming here to tell me how to manage my region. Hi fam, welcome to another episode of بدون سكر, where no filters and no sugarcoating. So if you do follow me on Instagram, you would have known by now that I resigned. I shouldn't be this happy, but I did. I would love to say that I'm very special at this, but I'm not. I'm actually part of a bigger phenomenon, which is the Great Resignation. And it was triggered by COVID in 2020. The numbers are ridiculous. It started in the US and the UK and trickled down to the West, and now we are seeing it here. What does it mean? What happened? Why are people resigning? Why did I resign? This episode is not only about why I resigned from my last company, it's about why I resigned from all the companies. I've been here for almost 10 years, and that's mainly how long I've been working. I resigned from 4 full-time jobs, and I had maybe another 3 to 4 freelance jobs. So I'm very good at resigning. And the last thing I told my team was everyone should resign. I didn't mean it that way. I meant everyone should resign at least once in their life because it's empowering. Because everyone needs to have the upper hand at some point. So actually, I have a few reasons and few observations about companies here in my region, in Dubai, but in my region mainly. And to list a few reasons. Number 1, recognition. I don't need to explain it. Number 2, white supremacy. Yep. نحن العرب عنا كره نفسي, كره الذات. We invalidate ourselves. We need the acceptance and the validation of the white person. Sorry, to be politically correct, the Western person. And this is not new. My dad went through the same exact thing in Saudi in a governmental job. And we all collectively are going through it. Over and over and over again. And we just crave this westernized version of us. This is like reverse Orientalism, isn't it? We do a disservice, and it angers me so much if you haven't heard it yet in my tone. I'm tired. I'm tired people coming from other countries, feeling entitled, feeling disgruntled, coming here to tell me how to manage my region. Yes, they have better education, 100%. They have better frameworks. They are a developed world. Let's not talk about how they got there, but they are. We can learn a lot from them. But if I hear one more time someone ask me, what is Ramadan? Ramadan, I'm going to kill someone. Okay, that's going to put me into a legal issue. I'm not going to kill someone, but I'm going to be very angry if I hear one more time. Because these people do not even want to integrate in our societies. Because it's not only the Westerners who are asking that, some are Arabs asking that. Ramadan has not changed in the past decades. And if you're unwilling to go and understand how our region operates, if you're unwilling to get out of your hotel room in Medina, go all the way to our different areas and tell me that the way it's done here is different than the way it's done in your country, I don't want to listen to you. Because if I hear one more time back in London, I don't care what you did in London. We're not in London. I am angry with this. We need to believe in ourselves. We need to validate our own. We need to stop thinking we need a Western voice. Yes, help us, educate us, do everything, but empower us, And on top of that, a lot of people ask me, being Saudi really helps you get hired. No one wants to hire a GCC. No one wants to hire a Saudi or Emirati in the private companies. I'm going to get a lot of crap for this. But let's be honest. We are seen as lazy, entitled, expensive. And that's it. I had to prove myself over and over and over again. And reframe and redefine what it is to be a GCC hire. And I'm so done and tired of being the only voice of GCC anywhere. It shouldn't be me. I'm not a good representation. And it's not enough to be one. I'm tired of it. Okay? That's number 2. Number 3. Wait, I need to open my notes. What's number 3? Number 3, we put young people in management and leadership. Yes, age matters. This is not a relationship. Age, experience, managing people matters. Why was there a 30-year-old leading a whole division department? And that applies to all of the companies I've worked in. Why? That's where toxicity becomes normal. And finally, actually not finally. I have 2 more points. I noticed that success, or definition of success, is male definition of success. Studies have shown that if you have females in as board members or in C-levels, they tend to be more successful because they think of the whole, they think of the community, they think constructive ways of building this company, while men tend to take more risks, tend to be more individualistic, which, depending on your objectives, they're both great for business. But because men were mainly working, and not us, just as a reminder, I'm one of the first women in my family to work. So I'm a bit late to the party. The definition of success is quite aggressive, is quite isolating, is quite putting in the hours, work hard, play hard. I don't want that. The more I work, the more I realize I don't want that. I want work-life balance. I want to enjoy what I do. I don't want to talk about war in a company. We're not at war. We're a company. We sell things. We use such aggressive language, like what was it? There was one leader, let's say, used the example of Trojan horse. Another time, a lot of the language that we use in office is quite deadly and bloody, like war rooms. No, I don't need my cortisol levels to be that high. I love what I do. I've always loved what I did. I really, really, really do, but I've always hated where I've done it. But I would only know that after a year or 2 or 3, because in the beginning I did fall in love with every company I worked with, to an extent. Of course, there are exceptions, but then I realized there is a timeline. So let me give you a bit of experience from my side. It takes you 3 months, so your probation period, to know if you can do this or not. It takes you 6 months to 9 months to see the toxicity, to see the culture, to start seeing what's being swept under the rug. 9 to 12 months to decide if you're going to stay or not. That's always a timeline. If you stay above that, you're staying for a bit. But the main reason I left every single time is management. Because, everything I listed, can be ignored, can be tolerated if your manager is amazing. And I've had really bad managers, and I've had really good managers. And it took 2 great managers to build me up, to clean up all the mess that other managers have done. And it's so important that you have good managers when you start out, because that's your foundation. Because that's where you become toxic or not. This is where you learn what is okay, what is not, what you want to do, what you don't want, and how to treat other people, and how to become a better manager. Because if you keep seeing bad managers, you'll always be a bad manager. At the end of the day, it's all about people. And if you don't like who you're working with, if you don't like who you're working for, there's no point of you staying. I know, again, that's a privileged thing to say because everyone needs money. Everyone needs to make money and sustain, which is a broken system, but fine. I'm not going to solve it right now. But really, I know everyone keeps saying, oh, it's just business. No, it's not just business. This is everything that I've been preparing to do since I was a kid. This is the first question I heard, the first questions we all hear. What do you want to be when you grow up? It's the very important decisions that we have to make at 13 to understand, are you going to be scientific, علمي أو أدبي in Saudi? Which means, are you going to be more specialized in science or in theory and literature? And then you have to make a massive decision when you're 18 about where you're going to study, where you're going to major in. So please do not tell me it's business. I spend at least 8 hours in a company. And then the hours before, the hours after, I'm thinking about my job because I love it, because I love what I do, because I love who I do it for most of the time, I hope. So I care. And if I care, it will be personal. Of course, I have to conduct myself professionally, which I struggled with a lot because a lot of the times it was really hard to regulate my emotions when it comes to work, because it's hard to remove yourself and devalue yourself or remove value or remove any personality or personal values into the work that you do. It's hard not to take it personally. So I think, again, another reason why I have this podcast, because I needed something else to care about, because the more I gave to my job, the more I gave to this podcast, to myself, to my family, because I needed to see something bigger than that, because work can seep into your everyday feelings, your everyday everything. And if it's toxic, and let's be honest, it always is, you're going to be so unhappy. I knew I was going to resign when I came back from Cape Town, after I got stuck in Cape Town with my husband, if you weren't following. It reprioritized what we wanted to do. It reprioritized what I was okay with because I was tired. And I felt it, even if I didn't decide that I was going to leave. I got interviewed for different companies, and I knew I wanted to get out. And I knew I had to take care of the people that were staying, and I had to take care of the commitments I made. And I just knew. I knew that my time is short and it's done. And I gave it my all. Again, I love those companies, and I love them for giving me the opportunity to shine, the opportunity to build myself and my career, the opportunity to meet so many people, and the opportunity to grow, whether I wanted it or not. I was thrown into a lot of difficult situations and met very difficult people, but a lot of people that I enjoyed being around. They've enriched my life. I know that. And they've enriched who I am. But things have to change. The Great Resignation is a symptom to a bigger problem. People don't want to live the way they want to live. I remember the first day of my internship, and it was maybe 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. And I was like, okay, why am I still here? Do I really need to stay here till 5 p.m.? I just didn't get it. I didn't understand why. Who works for 8 hours? No one. Let's be honest. You work a total 4 to 6 hours? Really? Let's be honest. Maybe even less. Yeah, things need to change. People want to work. People want to have purpose. People want to have ethics. People want to have opportunities. People want to build themselves up. They do. Let's stop robbing the joy from all of that, please. So yeah, wish me good luck on my next move. I'm sure you will hear more about it from me. Thank you again for listening. If you have stories about toxicity, about your resignation, or you're planning to resign, let me know. Thank you.